dog heads, trout for dinner tonight. And since this is my entry into Crazy Ed's barbecue cook-off, we're gonna throw these things on the grill with some fresh out of the garden ingredients like some white patty squash, some carrots, and some yellow squash. We're gonna cut this yellow squash up. I'm gonna cut it in half, and then we'll quarter it and cut it into some smaller chunks that we can grill. We're gonna take our patty squash and cut the stem end off and the butt end, and then we're gonna cut it into some wedges. We'll make those about a quarter-inch thick, and then we're gonna cut some peppers. I'm gonna take the seeds out of those, and then slice them into some nice thin strips. For the carrots, they're kind of small, so I'm just going to cut the tops off of those and cook the carrots whole. But I'm not going to get rid of these carrot tops because we're going to use them again here in just a second. Now we're going to slice our onion. Now this onion didn't come out of the garden. It is store-bought, unfortunately. But this elephant garlic's not. It was grown right in our backyard. So we're going to peel it and we're going to dice it up nice and small. Now we're going to take those carrot tops that we mentioned a little bit earlier, and I'm going to chop those up really fine. We're going to use this as kind of a parsley replacement. It's going to add just a hint of that carrot flavor to our food as it cooks. Another store-bought ingredient, we're going to take some baby spinach and we're going to wilt it in just a little bit of bacon grease. And now it's time to start working on the stuffings that we're going to be using for our trout. For the first one, we're going to be using some feta cheese, and then we're going to put in some of the wilted spinach. I'm going to stir that around a little bit, and it dawns on me that I forgot to chop the spinach before I added it. So let's go ahead and take care of that right now. We'll just give that a few little chops, and in a game time decision, I decided to go ahead and add some sauteed chanterelle mushrooms. We sauteed them in some butter and some garlic. We're going to mix those in and give them a few chops as well. And now that stuffing is ready to go. But we're also going to be experimenting with something else. So I'm going to go ahead and chop the rest of this spinach up. And now we're going to try some ricotta cheese. So we're going to mix the ricotta cheese with some of the spinach here. And now we're ready to stuff our trout. For the first one, we're going to do the feta stuffing. Man, that looks really good. And we have plenty more, so we're going to do 2 fish with the feta stuffing, feta and spinach and chanterelle mushrooms. And then we'll move on to the ricotta stuffing. I'm not going to lie, this does not look quite as appetizing as the feta cheese. But now that we have our trout all stuffed, now we're going to wrap it in aluminum foil so we can throw it on the grill. Starting with one of our feta stuffed fish, we're going to fix it all up with some of our vegetables. We got some onions and some peppers, a few carrots, and some yellow squash on this one, a little bit of patty squash, and then we'll top it with some of our carrot tops. The aluminum foil was not quite wide enough to really close the thing up, so I double wrapped it. For our second feta stuffed fish, I'm going to throw some baby potatoes. These are the purple potatoes that we harvested from our garden. A little bit of onion, some peppers. We'll throw on a couple of yellow squash. Top it with some carrot tops, a little bit of garlic. And now we're ready to fire up the grill. Well, this charcoal is taking forever to heat up. It's dark now, but we're up around 350, which is where I want to be. So, and then these are going to be the fish. I don't think I want to put them over the fire. Man, it's going good. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to put them kind of over here. And I think I want to cook them for 20 minutes, something like that. There we go. I'm going to close this down. I need some of that flame to go away, so we're going to... Okay, they've been about 20 minutes. I'm going to cut into one of these, and we'll see if it's ready yet. Just going to cut through the aluminum. Take a look at that fish inside. That, I don't think, is quite ready. No, not quite ready at all.
Dang it.
We'll give it a little more time.
Nope.
Well, dang, these things took a lot longer to cook than I expected them to. It's been an hour? Something like that. But I think we got them done. Yeah, that's done. That looks a lot better.
You
what?
you the fish.
Whatever. You're weird. So that one would be the feta. That one's feta cheese. There's more feta cheese. So these two will be the ricotta cheese. So the general consensus was that the feta cheese stuffing was by far the better of the two. It seemed to keep its consistency. It had a much better flavor. I don't know, it was really good. Like, I really liked it. The ricotta cheese stuffing, I can't say that I recommend it. I did not care for it all that much. It wasn't bad necessarily, it just wasn't all that good. And another thing, the way that I cleaned those fish, it left lots and lots of bones. If you've never eaten trout before, they have a row of bones. Even if you fillet the fish, there's a row of bones that come off of the backbone. It's a pretty bony fish, and when you cook them whole like that, you have to pick through all the bones. In retrospect, I wish that I had gone ahead and filleted the fish. So the first steps would have been the same. We would have cleaned them the same way we did. But from there, I would have filleted the sides off of there and then cut out that row of bones. And we would have had a nice boneless fillet. And I wish I had taken the two fillets and just kind of stacked them on top of each other with the stuffing in between them. I think that would have been a lot better. It would have cooked a lot faster. Man, that took forever to cook. The recipes that I looked at, it said like 20 minutes. But I think a couple of things. For one, having that stuffing inside of the fish, it took a lot longer for that heat to absorb through the middle. The whole thing has to heat up before it starts to cook, right? So I think that was one issue, and add to that the fact that it took those charcoals forever to heat up, and I didn't really want to put them over the hot flame because I knew that everything would just scorch and burn. So, this could have turned out better, I'm not gonna lie. But I did learn that I really like the feta cheese stuffing for the trout. So the next time I catch a few trout, I think I may try this recipe again and see if we can't perfect it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, and then you can click on one of these right here for more daily, sustainable living.